All right, I'm back in LA. Today is Labor Day and I'm kind of having a maintenance day. I'm about to go get my brows threaded actually, but let's put some sunscreen on. It was so nice being in Seattle. It kind of made me miss living there because the summer is just such an amazing time there. But I know in reality, it's really only like that, like 2-3 months of the year. And also in reality, I didn't really get to see my friends as often as, you know, when I'm on a trip, people prioritize hanging out a little bit more. It's just like, I feel like when I lived there, I had barely any friends. Like, it was kind of hard to make friends in Seattle. In LA, it's so much easier. I did just take a body shower, so it's less painful to get them threaded when you do that. So that is really nice. Brows done. She did such a good job. I know some of you guys got a kick out of me showing the real parts of LA when I walk. So I'll keep showing it because it is kind of funny. Basically, people leave stuff on the street a lot for bulky item pickups, and you're allowed to do it if you call the city to have it picked up. Everyone gets to do that twice a year for free or something like that. But I think some people just see other people leaving stuff out on the street and just think that they can do that because stuff will be out there for kind of a while. I'm like, I don't know if this is getting picked up. All right, I got that hung up. It's one of those things I was putting off because I forget how to do it in the moment, and then I just Google, you know, how to put the screws in, and I got a little confused because I was screwing into a stud, but I got it. It's not actually that hard. It's just you put it off because you're like, wait, how do I do this again? I'm now editing a vlog. It is Labor Day, but I don't know, I'm kind of like feeling guilty. Lately, I've been feeling like weirdly burnt out, yet at the same time, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it's never enough. Like, even if I have a very productive day, I don't feel satisfied with the day. I feel like I haven't done enough. And I'm like, maybe that's why I feel burned out. I'm not really one to like congratulate a win. Like, if a video does really well, I'm just like, okay, well, what am I gonna do next week? Like, what's the next video gonna be, you know? And because with YouTube, I feel like you don't really have time to like really celebrate it. It's like you're already thinking of the next thing. And I've just been waking up with this like stress every day of like, okay, what are my next few videos gonna be? While at the same time, I don't want to make them. It's like, I have to really force myself to do it. And I don't know what changed. I'm just like, my ideas, I don't know. I thought it was like, maybe I'm addicted to TikTok. Maybe I have an attention problem, but I've kind of stopped going on that so much. And I still am just not that excited to make content the way I used to be. I used to even have fun editing vlogs, but even that feels like a drag now. And I just am like, maybe everything is boring after, you know, 7 years or so of doing it. And I've done YouTube for like 14 now. I'm trying to think of ways I can switch things up in my life, like even just randomly, like taking golf lessons or something, or like pottery, or just doing something new and different and fun, because things are just feeling a little too the same. Hi guys, so it's a couple weeks later since I recorded that clip, and I decided to make a change, and I'm so behind on vlogs that I figured I'll just put it into this one to get you up to speed so that the next vlog we can kind of skip ahead to current day. But yeah, essentially, you know, I was talking about how I was feeling kind of burned out and not super excited to do YouTube, right? Like, I almost felt like every day I had to force myself to do things. I was not intrinsically motivated to do them. I wasn't doing things because I wanted to, or making a video or editing because it sounded fun. It was like an obligation, like I have to. I would play these little mind tricks to get myself to do stuff, and you know, I think that's something that we all do when we have to, right? But what I realized was like, okay, it's been a while of doing this. I don't necessarily want to quit YouTube, but there has been something I've been dipping my toe into, and I haven't gone full force with it, and I've decided it's time. So the change is I've decided to join a different real estate brokerage and take it more seriously. I joined a brokerage, you know, about a year ago, as you guys know, got a couple listings. They were tricky, unique places. I made videos about real estate, you know, I dipped my toe in, I got some interested buyers, but I didn't really focus full time on it. The brokerage I joined, in short, it's great. They give you a great split. It's great for experienced agents. I found as a newer agent, I didn't have that accountability or the training that other brokerages give you. So I've joined a brokerage that gives you a lot of training. I'm actually going to be going into the office for 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks. They also share leads. They have a ton of listings, so I have much better filming opportunities. As you'll see later in this vlog, I kind of talk about how it's actually hard to convince listing agents sometimes to let you film. And for me, that's like a major way of making content, like marketing. It's gonna be a lifestyle change because I'll have to go into the office after the training at least twice a week for meetings and just in general be held more accountable. Yeah, so nothing bad about the other brokerage or anything like that, but I do think this one, I found out about it from a friend who had joined with not a ton of real estate experience and in his first year ended up selling like 10 houses because they kind of have a training system that's really good. He says it's amazing training. So I know that's super different. I've had some people be like, why would you want to do that when, you know, you have YouTube, you can have complete control of your schedule, you can do whatever you want. And it sounds weird to people, but I'm like, I just had this unlock where I was like, it actually is more fun to me to show a place than to film it. Filming and editing, I don't know if it's because I've been doing it for so long over and over, and it's just, maybe it's because it feels repetitive. It's something about it. It's not exciting to me anymore. Whereas working with people is. And so I don't know, what am I gonna do? Circle around it forever? Or am I gonna jump in and actually give it a shot? And so that's what I've decided to do. And I'm excited, I'm a little nervous, but I think that I gotta just try something new. Oftentimes, you know, when I've done stuff like this in the past, it's re-inspired me with YouTube. I've done it twice before. Once I kind of went back to college, took community college classes, but like took like a full schedule of them. And I still did YouTube, and I found YouTube to be more fun then because it was like almost like a hobby again. And then the second time was when I did Shutter. If you've followed me since then, me and my friend, we tried to make almost like a startup kind of thing, like a website where you can find videographers and photographers, like an Airbnb for it. Didn't upload as much on YouTube then. I was really focused on that. But then when I came back to YouTube, I had this newfound like energy for it. So, you know, I feel like I'll always make videos. I just like connecting on YouTube. I like sharing things I'm learning, but I almost just feel a bit tapped out of knowledge right now. Like I need to take a bit to go learn, to go live life and have things to share. You can't constantly be sharing. It's like I'm sharing from an empty cup, you know what I mean? Like I need to fill the cup. I know that's kind of corny, but it's true. I need to go experience some more stuff and then share. So also, side note, Joshua Tree project we're making moves on. So videos will be coming on that soon too. But yeah, just in general, decided to make this change. It was definitely not something I did on a whim. I thought about it for about a week, really stressing, like, is this what I should do? Because it's going to be more time consuming. But I do think ultimately I need to try it. I need to actually give it a fair shot. So that is a change I'm making, which in some cases for some people changing brokerages isn't a big thing. This though actually is more of a lifestyle change, and it's going to be way more learning. It's going to be like real estate boot camp a little bit at first, I think. Not boot camp. It's like in an office from like 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's not that bad. That is the update. That's what I've decided. If you're watching this vlog on a Sunday, that means tomorrow is my first day. So I'll vlog it because they're actually letting me vlog. So I'll bring you guys along with me. And yeah, it should be exciting. Should be interesting, something new. I'll let you guys know. I'll bring you along with me. Okay, back to the vlog. Good morning. We're editing the pod episode. Okay, let's get my hair done. It needs it so bad. Like, it looks like I'm wearing a helmet or something. Since I'm heading to New York tomorrow, I decided to grab a bunch of protein bars. You know, I've just never gone on a trip and regretted stocking up on protein bars, especially first thing in the morning. Also, I've decided I'm gonna buy the Tesla full self-driving software. I've had this credit the whole year from referring people a while ago, and I didn't know what to spend it on because I didn't necessarily need a new car, and it wouldn't cover the cost of completely a whole new car, so I would still have to spend like, you know, $30,000 even with like trading this one in on something I just feel like I'm not that excited about. Like, it would be the same pretty much. The new Teslas are a little nicer, but it's like, I don't know, I'm just not like that excited about it, and I still like my car, so why? I realized I can use the credit on the full self-driving and on window tinting, so let me just buy it now and we'll try it out later because I haven't used it in a while. Okay, I've got my laptop and I've got plenty to edit while I get my hair done. All right, my hair is freshly done. Now we are going to film. It's so bouncy right now. Okay, so I went to film at this listing. It's not my listing, but I thought it was super unique. Kind of feels like a tree house. And since it's listed at 1.4 million for a single family, that's kind of rare to find in LA with this much land. So I thought it would be an interesting one to showcase. Like, look at the ceiling and all the skylights. It's just like, you don't really see stuff like this often. Kind of has a mid-century feel, but it was built actually long before that. All right. Very steep driveway here. Okay, that house is pretty cool. So unique. It felt like a tree house. Good morning. Heading to New York today. I woke up kind of early, like 6, and I'm like, well, let's just get adjusted to the East Coast time, I guess, and haven't packed yet. My friend and I are flying at the same time, but on different planes because we have different loyalty airlines. So it's like, oh, we'll get there in like Uber. Because for mine, I did get a free upgrade, which is awesome. All right, I think I'm ready. So very last minute, an upgrade cleared so that I was actually Delta 1. So I got to go into the Delta 1 lounge at LAX, and I realized after my flight, I could go into the lounge in New York too. The New York one was super busy, but it was way bigger. They were showing the US Open. They have like a sit-down restaurant in here. I kind of like the LAX one better because it's more chill, but like, they're both amazing. I'm definitely not complaining. I was able to get it for free because I had an upgrade certificate from hitting this loyalty status from when I flew a ton in like 2023 and 2024. But I've barely flown this year, so don't think I'll be back here for a while, so I wanted to make the most of it. Yay, we made it. We're so worried if I'm gonna like it. Whoa, the Giants. US Open day. Good morning, guys, from New York. I'm staying in this room with my friend and her friend, and they just went to go get coffee, so I'm like, oh, I'll vlog really quick. So here's her view. Staying at the Virgin Hotel. It's an interesting hotel. I've stayed at the other locations, and this one is probably my least favorite, but I need to iron my outfit really quick, and my protein bar coming in handy. I'm so hungry. Okay, so I mostly recorded this stuff vertical because I wanted to make a lot of Instagram content surrounding the US Open, and it was super cool, you guys. We got pretty lucky with our tickets. We bought them a month before, so our tickets were $200, and then, you know, a couple days before, the prices started shooting way up because Djokovic, who is like the best player pretty much ever, was playing, and so resale tickets went up to like $900. So I would recommend getting them earlier rather than later. So we got there early to see the doubles match. The thing about doubles is it doesn't bring a big crowd, so it's kind of nice to get there a little bit early, and it's not super crazy, it's not super crowded. We did try the honey deuces, so you know, we had to try it because we're at the US Open, but yeah, it's like a vodka lemonade. Okay, now you can see for this afternoon match how the stadium filled up. It was Djokovic and Alcaraz. If you're not familiar with tennis, some of the best players in the world, so it was packed for this match, and the stadium was noticeably like way longer lines, so I am glad I got there earlier just to like be there when it was a little more relaxing. But there were celebrities there. They put them on the big screen. The US Open's way rowdier than Wimbledon and Indian Wells. Like, the crowd is way crazier, but I thought it was really fun. I loved it, and I would totally go again. spend a day with me in New York. I'm heading back to LA tomorrow, but I'm kind of gonna do a mix of productivity stuff like planning a video. I have to reach out to some other listing agents for filming for a video that I'm gonna film on Wednesday when I'm back. And then always emails like paying quarterly taxes, things like that. But I'm also gonna meet up with a couple people here for fun and for no actually like super concrete purpose. It's not like I'm trying to like collab or do anything like that, but just other creators. And I always find some benefit to doing that, to just meeting up with other creators and just being like, what are you thinking about the landscape of things right now? Like, what are you focusing on? You know, that kind of thing. I met up with my friend Emily at this really cool public garden. We got coffee and look at this. This is why I love New York. They just have random stuff like this, just a public space that you can hang out. And then I popped into Aritzia, did not buy anything. Then met up with another YouTube friend and we went on a super long walk and I totally forgot to vlog. Down another listing for filming on Wednesday, but I want to try and get one more. A lot of times, you know, it's when something's been sitting for a while that they're more down to let you film. But if it just hit the market, they're usually like, maybe it'll just sell. Today is a filming day. We're filming in Orange County. I'm doing a real estate video showing kind of why people move to Orange County, why like I kind of eventually, you know, want to buy there. I think that it's just a good place to buy in comparison to LA if somebody, you know, if they're having a family or like want more space to live in a safe, clean area. I just like Orange County. Like I lived there for a year, so I know the areas pretty well. And like that actually helps so much to speak to what it's like to live there, because I did. We're touring houses in 3 different areas of Orange County. And then I'm gonna talk about each area, kind of like pros and cons. I actually booked all of this last week. Like these videos require a lot more pre-planning because you have to get permission to film inside of listings. So I had to reach out to a bunch of listing agents and these 3 were the ones who were down. But the first 2 that I'm filming are super cool. They haven't been on the market that long. They're high-end flips, like very nicely done flips, not shitty ones like I made that podcast episode about. These are like, you know, professionally done. And I'm excited to see them. Like they picked good finishes, not like gray floors and whatever, you know? I really like plan out the videos in Notion, kind of like the houses that we're going to, and then also just my notes and reminders to get the thumbnail, different little talking points, that kind of thing. Pretty much ready. Got the Ronin balanced, iPhone gimbal, drone, everything. A lot of prep for a shoot like this, but now it feels easy to go shoot it because everything's ready to go. So let's go ahead to Orange County. I hired Lauren to help me film these, so it was honestly fun because we just have a fun time filming. But this was the first house in Costa Mesa. If you've seen the video, you know it's live on my YouTube channel now, you can see it, but it takes about 45 minutes-ish to shoot each house. Like it didn't take super long and we're kind of on a time crunch because we had appointments to film each. This was the second one. This one didn't make the video because there were other people looking at it, so we couldn't quite get all the video shots that we needed, but I loved the kitchen, so I figured I'd show the vlog because I thought this house was super cool. Then we went to Mission Viejo because you get more for your money here, so I thought it would be interesting to show a different area where you get a little more value, but it's still safe. It's more typical suburbs, I would say. Like this one was about the same price as that first house, but a lot bigger, and the backyard had a pool. Okay, we are almost done filming. We needed to stop for a Chipotle break though because it's pushing 3 p.m. So here we are. We're in Lake Forest. We're in the suburbs. I like that.
Does this turn out cool?
I think that looks cool. This is just like a very cool, like photogenic house.
It is.
So cute.
It's eclectic. That's like the word.
By this point, we were pretty exhausted from driving all around and filming on a hot day too. So you're like sweating, you know? But we pushed through. We were like, all right, one more house. And this house was super cute. And I liked that. I found one where I could show a different style. One that has character. It has like a cute little porch. So I liked how this video had a good variety of different places.